Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Claytano. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. And we're back with another Dungeon Hunter Champions video. And today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to auto all the way up to Elder Drake B10. All right, this is the ultimate Elder Drake guide, and it's going to be pretty easy because we're going to use a lot of free-to-play units, and we're going to make it nice and simple, explain each unit, why they're there, what they're doing, and what makes the whole team tick. And then if there's other units that I'm using that are not free-to-play, I'll give you guys suggestions on what to use instead to replace them. All right, so if you are new here, though, because I've been doing some Dungeon Hunter Champions videos now, and I know there's a lot of new people that are just now finding my videos for the first time, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then also comment below, because if you do that, then you automatically get entered in to win a gift card. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple, it's pretty free, and yeah, everybody wins. Okay, so let's get into the video, though. The first thing I want to do is pull up Elder Drake 10. Let's just get straight to the meat and bones of everything. Okay, so I'm just going to click on 10, and this is kind of the team that I'm working with here today, and I'm going to explain them one by one. All right, so the first unit that I'm going to show up here for you guys, and I don't know if you guys know or not, but this looks very, very similar to like the top 5 starter units that I made a video on previously, of which ones you should be building, except for one unit, and I'll explain why that one unit is there as well. But okay, so first off, we have the Nature Shaman, Grublin Shaman. Okay, this is, remember, the Shaman, not to be confused with the Nature Grublin Ranger. That's a completely different unit and not good. Okay, so we're gonna use the Nature Grublin Shaman, which is Mojo. I'm gonna refer to him as Mojo from now on because now you guys know, and I don't have to say that really long name. I'm just gonna say Mojo. He's there for a couple reasons. Okay, he has Dazzle, which all you need to know is it disorients. That's his basic attack. Every time he hits, it's going to disorient either the boss or whatever unit that he's fighting against. And then his second skill, or this is technically his first skill, is Jinx, and this is going to throw an evil curse at a target enemy that bounces between enemies, hitting up to 4 targets, damaging enemies, and lowering their attack speed. So the slower they attack, the less damage you take, etc. Okay? Bonus damage is based on accuracy, but I mean, you're not going to build him for damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Wild Boon is also his second skill now, and this performs a ritual dance to call upon the power of the spirits, raises attack and defense of nearby allies. So this is really, really nice. It has a low cooldown as well, especially if you put it on like an adept set as well. All right, so these are his stats now. Just to kind of break things up a little bit, to share with you guys, there will be a link down below as well that has a link straight to the Gameloft Facebook page for Dungeon Hunter Champions that tells you guys the exact stats that they need to actually complete this dungeon. But we're gonna do it without those exact stats, and I'll explain why and how we're doing that as well, because we're a little smarter. We're smarter than that, okay? Now, the second unit we have is Zircon. Now, both these units so far that we've talked about have been 2-star units that you can get from common discs or the black market, or just by completing like scenario, adventure scenarios. And they're really easy to get. This guy is here for a couple different reasons as well. Mainly the second skill, okay? It applies regeneration buff and immunity. So regeneration heals you guys up for like a couple, ticks every second or whatever, and then immunity is there so that way you don't get defense broken, you don't get attack broken, you don't get stunned, you don't get all these other things that are going to hurt you and make your team fail miserably. Okay, those are the main things he's there for. And then he also provides a nice little heal with a Wave of Harmony based on the target's max HP. So it doesn't matter how much his max HP is. As long as they have a lot of HP, he's going to heal them up for a nice, strong amount. Okay, the next unit I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to kind of go like in a clockwise circle. We have Xenia, and this is one of the most important units that you guys can get in Dungeon Hunter Champions. Again, she was like the #1 unit that you guys need to build. She's also good for Steel Widow B10. Same with Zircon, also good for Steel Widow B10 if you guys haven't seen that video already. I made a Steel Widow Ultimate guide as well. You guys should probably check that out. It's pretty good stuff. But the Scourge here is going to remove 3 buffs. So that's going to remove, like, I think it gets like an attack buff and some other things. So if the boss doesn't have any buffs, he can't do any damage. It's also going to lower the defense so your team does a little more damage against the boss, so you don't have to stick around longer waiting for it to kill you. And then Wave of Celerity, this is going to decrease everybody's skill cooldowns, and it's also going to heal them once when it goes out and then once when it comes back. And it's based off of the caster's max HP, so the higher HP you have on your Xenia, the more it's going to heal. Now, Torrential Strike is going to stun people like in a nice little fountain. You know, I don't know why I did that motion. I'm sorry about that, but it's gonna stun them. So just watch out for that. It's not really gonna help against the boss, but it helps out against some of the waves that come through with the units that are trying to kill you before the boss. This fourth one, quick math, is going to be Rota, which is the Nature Valkyrie. And she's there for a few reasons as well. Her first skill is going to lower the boss's defense as well. Twister is going to lower the attack of the boss, and then Tempest is going to raise the attack speed of your ally units, and then her nature skill cooldown time of ally nature champions by 19%. So it's really nice. If you lower the boss's attack power, he's not going to do as much damage. That means you're going to stay around for longer as well. So all those different buff units, they're all free to play. You can get this one from farming the nature dungeon. You can get this one from farming the light dungeon. The pieces that drop are very, very rare. Even though it doesn't say it in the loot info, they do drop. So make sure you guys are farming them, especially Xenia. She's 100% important for everybody to have. And then the last but not least, I have Jacques Su, which is my daughter, Dotter, damage over timer, and that's basically ongoing damage, but I'm just so used to calling it dots. But her ongoing damage is going to be from skill 1. She also marks the enemy, which makes it do more damage if an enemy is marked. She also stuns the little girl, and then lowers the attack speed based on like her orb that she sends out and that. But the only reason why Jacques Su is here is because of her dots, her ongoing damage. So she's the only one that's really going to be doing damage to the boss, and we're basically saying that we're going to kill the boss based on damage over time, and that's it. And then we're going to move on after that. So you can replace this unit with any other dotting monster. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be the nature snake lady. It could be the water snake lady. It could be a water scanned warlord. It could be a light hag. It could be anything that does dots. Doesn't matter who it is as long as it does dots. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be able to find one of your units that does ongoing damage, and you'll be perfectly fine. So I'm going to switch my trait over to Jacques Su because I want to make sure that I'm hitting all of my debuffs as well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hit battle. I'll show you guys exactly what we're doing, and hopefully you guys learned something, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so we just started the battle. You can see up here 5-6 seconds or so. This run with this particular team is probably going to take anywhere between 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes. It is a little slow, but the way to speed it up is nice and easy. All you have to do is probably remove one support unit to add in another monster that does damage over time or ongoing damage, or add another champion that does ongoing damage. And typically I would probably remove Rhoda, the Nature Valkyrie, and add in, for me, I would use the Green Frog because it really works well in this stage specifically because it's got the elemental advantage and it's really nice. And Rhoda, she does some good debuffs, but I kind of have the lower attack power from my Jacques Su already. So you guys just kind of have to feel out what other debuffs your other units have and kind of pick which one's the best one to remove. I would say definitely though, keep Zircon and keep Xenia. They're super important for you guys. Unless you're trying to go like super YOLO. If you're trying to take out like all of the supports and go all damage, all dots, and then have like maybe one healing support with Xenia, then I would do that. So I would remove all the other ones and then just put on like 4 dot monsters. As long as they can survive a little bit, then you're pretty much Gucci and you don't have to worry about it. So the thing with this though is when you are running 4 supports, your wave clearing capabilities is very slow. So it's about 1.5 minutes in and we just got to the boss stage, so you guys can kind of tell how to speed it up. If you can get through those stages a lot faster, then you're going to be able to clear the boss a lot faster because of it. Okay, but as you can see, the boss isn't really doing a whole lot of damage to us. We did get defense broken, but that's why Zircon is here, because he needs to be removing that. He doesn't remove it, but he does the immunity, so that way we don't get that on us in the first place. Because if we get defense broken and that boss does his full flame thing across the screen, we're all dead. And if it happens, then I'll show you guys and we'll laugh about it and we'll move on. But we got to be careful because we can't get caught in the storm like that, Xenia. Come on, Xenia, what are you doing over here? Just throwing your little fountains all over the place. But she's going to heal herself up back, nice and neat. And I'll show you guys the gear that I have on these units afterwards as well. You don't have to have the exact gear that I have on them, but something close, something similar. I use Adept sets, but that's because I've been farming Steel Widow for a while now, and I actually farmed Steel Widow before I went to Elder Drake, if that's weird or whatever. See, so that thing right there is what you need to protect yourself from, because that thing does a ton of damage. That big fire that goes across the entire thing, the ice fire there. And that's why you have to have Zircon, because of the immunity. Now that I have the immunity, I can finish off the boss using the ongoing damage, and it's pretty much GG. 3-minute run, a little bit long, but like I said, normally I use another dot unit. And I just wanted to bring in Rhoda so that way it's a little bit more free-to-play friendly and you guys can have some more stuff to work towards. But that's the gist of it right there. I'm going to go ahead and sell this Brutal Bracer. I don't really need it, so I'm just going to move on from there. But let me go ahead and take a look at the units and how they're geared, and you guys can kind of see what we're doing. So the general rule of thumb based on the Gameloft guide on their Facebook is that you want all of your units to have 45,000 HP. You can clearly see that I don't have 45,000 HP on any of the units that I used, and I barely am breaking 30,000 HP on some of them, like this one and this one, and they still work just fine, right? They weren't bad. The defense, they said you wanted to be at like 700 defense, and I don't have 700 defense on any of them either. Maybe this one, okay, I have it on Zircon. And maybe, yes, so I do have it on Jaxu, but she's 6-star max, so it's a little bit easier to get defense on her. And then the other requirement is that you have to have 60% accuracy on your debuffing units such as Mojo and Rota, because they're lowering the attack, they're adding the disorient. Now I did cheat a little bit with the 30% accuracy leader from Jaxu, so that helps out a little bit. But I mean, if you go like accuracy bracer or something, then it can help you out too as well, and you don't have to have that lead from Jaxu. And you can maybe go HP lead or something like that. Now, as far as the runes, I actually have everybody on Adept. They're not maxed out though, and you could definitely switch these out for like full vital sets. And so it's just HP accuracy for her, because I use her in my my Steel Widow team, and she needs a ton of accuracy to remove the immunity and the invincibility. And then this guy, look at his gear. It's horrible, but it's max HP. Oh no, it's attack speed, HP. This is awful. This is an awful little guy. Please make your gear better than this. So this just show you how possible it should be for you guys as well. Okay, this is defense, HP. Again, it's Adept Vital. And Rhoda is not on Vital, but it's attack speed, HP. Again, not even like plus 12, not even 4 stars on there. And then Jaxu is also Adept Vital, which is HP, defense, HP. And those are, that's about it, guys. It's really simple. You don't have to have, all those requirements. I do use my Green Frog though instead of my Rhoda, which is much nicer. He has a nice accuracy, and then he does more dots with his Licky Tongue here, this ink slap, and he goes, Neh. Oh no, it's this one, Poison Tongue, Neh. And then he puts on ongoing damage. So yeah, that's the team that I typically use. It takes about 2 minutes or so with them. So you guys can see how you can just remove like Rhoda or one unit once you start getting comfortable enough with it, where you have tanky enough damage or tanky enough units where you can take enough damage and not have to worry about it. But that is it, guys, for the Elder Drake Ultimate Guide. Hopefully you guys understand it a little bit better now. And if you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. It's just free. It's free. Why not? But aside from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay soupy. Don't be potatoes. And I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.